muscular discomfort, entirely up to you. If you want to keep going, keep going. If you want to stop, stop and have a little rest, a little stretch. Same as usual, if you make sure that you've got a band, a strap, and a ball or a cushion that you can use it for a little assistance and a little resistance. If you're starting seated, as usual, see if you can seat just a little bit straighter. So instead of collapsing at the front, to see if I can pick myself up, trying to create a little bit more space between the rib cage and the abdomen so that the diaphragm can really work on descending and ascending to create a relaxed breath. So I'm not forced to breathe apically, I'm not forced to breathe into my collarbones and into the neck. I can drop the breath down into the abdomen. If you're lying down on the back, then finding your comfortable position, using the mat to help you support the spine, support the body. The head is resting on the mat, the shoulders are relaxed, and the hips are relaxed too. And then trying to find that nice relaxed belly breath. At the same time, just noticing how you feel where the body is. So there might be some niggle somewhere. I might feel that I'm not quite straight. The pressure at the back is slightly different. It's not quite even. I'm not quite centered. I'm not changing anything. I'm just trying to feel where the body is and how I feel to begin with. So happy with the starting position and just a little bit more relaxed with the breath. I'm going to start moving into the shoulder girdle. I'm going to shrug the shoulders up to the head. I'm going to pull them up to my ears, and then I'm just going to press them down and away. So I'm going to pull them up, and then I'm going to press them down. So feeling the shoulder blades like two little cards sliding towards the head and then down towards the hips, up towards the head and then down towards the hips. So see if I can try and unglue them, see if I can try and get them to move a little bit more smoothly up and down the back. There might be some click, pop, crack. As far as there is no pain with that, I'm going to keep the movement going big. If there is pain, if there is discomfort, I'm just going to ease on the size of the movement to make it smaller, making sure that it's not causing pain. 3, 2, 1. Dropping the shoulders down and away from the head. So think of a nice long neck. And then I'm just going to start turning the head, turning to look over one shoulder, coming back to the center, turning to look the other way, back to the center, turning to the other side. And then, as usual, notice which direction feels stiffer or easier to move. If I feel that one side feels stiffer than the other, I'm going to try and focus on that side more. See if I can encourage maybe a better position for the head, a better movement. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Easing the head back to the center, and then focusing on the shoulder girdle again. This time, instead of shrugging both shoulders up, I'm just going to focus on one. I'm just going to focus on my right side. So I'm going to pull my right shoulder up to my right ear, and then I'm going to press it down as much as I can. So I'm going to pull it up to the head, and then push it down and away. Up to the head, and then down and away. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, and release. Then repeating the same thing on the left. I'm going to shrug the left shoulder to the left ear and then press it down and away. 2, slide it down. 3, slide it down. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And releasing back, dropping the shoulders down and away from the head. And then this time, I'm going to add a little chin tuck to the turn. So I'm going to turn to the right, and then I'm going to tuck the chin down as if I was trying to drop my nose onto that right shoulder. Then ease back, I'm going to turn to the left, and then I'm going to tuck the chin, drop the nose towards the left shoulder. Then come back, turn to the right, tuck the chin, ease back, turn to the left, tuck the chin, and then back. So noticing how the stretch, the tension around the side and the back of the neck changes. See if I can try and relax as much as I can. Again, noticing if maybe one side feels a little bit stiffer. I'm not forcing anything. I'm just trying to loosen up as much as possible. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and releasing back, returning the head back to the middle, and then going back into the shoulder girdle. This time, instead of elevation, depression, I'm going to go into protraction, retraction. So I'm going to try and pull the shoulders forward. So imagine the front of the chest to be closing, the shoulders touching at the front, and then reversing, I'm going to retract, I'm going to try and squeeze them together at the back. So I'm going to protract to pull them forward, and then retract to take them back. If I'm laying down, obviously I'm a little bit limited for space as I'm laying on the back, but I should still be able to get a fair amount of movement going. If I'm seated, I've got more space I can play with, so I'm just going to try and use all of that space. So making the movement as big as I can. 4, 3, 2, 1. And releasing back, relaxing the shoulders, relaxing the arms, and then moving back into the neck. But this time I'm going to go for a little lateral flexion. So keeping the chin lifted at the front, I'm going to drop the right ear down to the right shoulder. So I'm going to drop the head to the side, bring it back to the center, and then to the left. So this time the stretch should be feeling right into the side of the neck. The chin is staying lifted. I keep looking straight forward, straight ahead of me. 3, 4, making sure that nothing is pinching. 5, there is no pain shooting down the arms. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, and easing back to the middle. Giving the shoulders a little bit of a roll. So there's a little bit more movement through the neck and the shoulder girdle. I want to get the upper back a little bit more involved. So this time, raising both arms to the front, clasping the hands together or keeping the hands apart. I'm just going to start going for a little rotation. So swinging the arms to the right, rolling over the right shoulder, swinging them to the left, rolling over the left shoulder. So nice and easy from side to side. So rolling from one side to the other of the rib cage, as if I was trying to just gently massage across the middle of the back. The shoulders are down, the neck still feels long, still feels relaxed. As I turn to the right, I can feel a little stretch behind my left shoulder. As I turn to the left, I can feel a little bit of a stretch behind my right. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and releasing back, relaxing the shoulders, releasing the back. So it's a little bit more opening behind the shoulder. What I want is a little bit more opening across the front of the chest. So if you're lying on your back, I want you to roll over onto your side. So setting yourself into opening and closing doors. As usual, make sure that your bottom arm is pulled right forward, so you're resting on the back of the shoulder. So there is no squashing, there is no pressure onto that shoulder. The head can be resting on the floor, or I can just have it raised onto a pillow, onto a block. With the top arm, I'm going to lift up and then open out nice and wide. So turning the rib cage, spreading the arms out, and then I'm just going to ease back. If I'm seated, I'm going to focus on the right arm. I'm going to keep the left arm to the front, and then with the right, I'm going to start opening to the right. I'm going to turn to the right, and then I'm going to reach as far back as I feel comfortable. Then I'm going to ease my way back to the center, and then I'm going to repeat on that same side. So I'm going to turn, trying to spread the arms nice and wide, the head is lifted, the chin is lifted, and then I'm going to come back to the center again. 3, and back. 4, and back. 5, turning the head to follow the arm, watching where the hand is going. 6, 7, 8, 9, 1. And releasing back, releasing the shoulder, relaxing the arm. We're going to try and open up exactly the same, but on the other side. So if you're lying on your side, I want you to roll over onto the other side and then set the same position. So pulling the arm right through, so you're resting on the back of the shoulder. So keeping the back of the shoulder onto the mat. With the top arm, I'm going to start opening and then turning and then coming back. If I'm seated, same as before, my right arm stays still, With the left, I'm going to turn and open my way to the left side. Coming back, and then repeating again. So again, little movement, big movement. It doesn't really matter the size of the movement, but just to see if you can keep it relaxed. So notice any stiffness, any tension into the neck or maybe into the jaw. See if I can keep it loose, see if I can keep it soft. 3. 4. 5. 6. 7. 8. 9. 10. And releasing back, and releasing the shoulders, releasing the upper back. So it's a little bit more movement into the thoracic spine. I'm going to drop down into the lumbar now. So starting with a little pelvic tilt. So if I'm seated, imagine to be sitting with your back against the wall. What I want is for my lower back to press into the wall behind me. So I'm going to tilt the pelvis and push the lower back behind. And then I'm going to rock forward and then back into neutral. If I'm lying down, I'm just going to tilt the pelvis, press the lower back into the mat. And then I'm going to lift it away. So see if I can get the little rocking forward and back from the hips. So I'm not moving into the upper back. I'm not hunching around in the upper back. I'm just going to try and move it down into the lower back. So the head is lifted, the chin is lifted. It's just the lower back that is moving. And then coming back. So little tilt. And then returning from that tilt. Using the belly, using the core to help me support that movement, to help me create that movement. 5. 4. 3. 2. Last one. And releasing back, relaxing the hips, releasing the lower back. So it's a little bit more movement at the bottom of the spine. I'm going to stay there, but I'm just going to change the direction slightly. This time, instead of a tilt forward and back, I'm going to go for a little hitch side to side. So imagine if you're seated, imagine to have 2 strings, one that attaches to your right hip and then one that attaches to your left hip. So I'm going to pull on one, the hip is going to hitch up, then I'm going to drop it, pull on the other hip is going to hitch up and then drop back. If I'm lying down, exactly the same. I'm going to try and hitch my right hip up to the rib cage, then ease back, hitch that left hip, and then ease back. So this time the pelvis, the hips are moving gently from side to side. So it's a nice relaxed movement, trying to still create movement down into the lumbar, trying to ease some of the tension, some of the stiffness from down there. 8. 7. 6. 5. 4. 3. 2. 1, and releasing back. Easing the hips back to the middle, hopefully a little bit looser down into the lower back. I'm going to try and work on the limbs, so on the shoulder and the hip first. So starting on the shoulder joint, I'm going to start off with a little movement. I'm going to raise the right arm up to the front. I'm going to take it out to the side, and then I'm going to bring down towards the hip. Then repeating the same, I'm going to bring the right arm up to the front, take it out to the side, and then bring it back to the hip. So I'm going to reach it forward, to the side, and then back to the hips. Reach it forward, to the side, and then back to the hip. So see if I can think of the movement happening into the shoulder joint. So I'm not turning the body, I'm not moving the rib cage, I'm just moving the arm into the shoulder socket. The movement is small, so there shouldn't be pain in the shoulder. I'm not forcing anything. I'm trying to keep it relaxed. 5, 4, playing with the angle of the arm, playing with the position of your palm. 3, see if I can create a smoother movement. 2, last one. And releasing down, relaxing the shoulder, same thing with the left side. So I'm going to reach the arm straight to the front, open it to the side, and then bring it back to the hips. So to the front, to the side, and then back to the hips again. So same as on the other side, it's a little movement. I'm trying to keep it loose, keep it relaxed. Again, playing with the position of the arm into the shoulder socket. See if I can find something that is not causing grinding, is not causing discomfort in the joint as the arm is moving, as the arm is traveling. 6. 7. 8. 9. 'Last one. And releasing back, relaxing the shoulders, a little bit more movement into the shoulder joints. I'm going to focus on the hip, so allowing the arm a little rest, working at the hip. I'm going to shuffle the feet and the knees nice and close together. And then if I know that I need a little support for the leg, I'm going to use my strap, use my band around the back of the leg. If I'm seated, I can even use my hands to support the weight of the leg. So giving myself a little bit more control over the right side. Imagine with the pencil on the tip of your knee to draw a cross. So I'm going to try and go up first, then I'm going to drop down, then I'm going to go in and out. Then back to the center, I'm going to lift and drop, close and open, or open and close. It doesn't matter. So think of a little cross sign. So I'm just going to try and draw up, and then I'm going to try and draw across. I'm going to try and draw up, and I'm going to try and draw across. So think of a 4 direction. One is taking your knee towards the head. One is taking the knee away from the head. One is pulling the knee towards the left side, and one is pulling the knee towards the right. Then back to the middle. I'm going to move towards the head, away from the head, to the left, and then to the right, and then back to the center again. So guiding the leg with the arms, if I needed that little guidance, it's only a little movement again. I'm not exaggerating, I'm not forcing, I'm not pushing or trying too hard. I'm going to try 2 more times. I'm going to go up towards the head, down and away, to the left, to the right, back to the center. Last time, up towards the head, and then down, towards the left, towards the right, back to the center, and then I'm going to rest that leg. Same thing with the left side. So I'm going to switch the band around that left leg. If I feel that, again, I need that support to help me move that leg at the 4 points in the 4 directions. I think north or south, east, west, or west, east, whichever you prefer. So I'm going to start going up towards the head and then move down. I'm going to pull to the right. I'm going to open to the left, come back to the center, and then again, I'm going to bring it towards the head and away, to the right, to the left, back to center, and then round again. So same as I did on the other side. Notice how much easier or harder it is to move this leg. Notice if the hip joint is restricted. In which direction feet does feel restricted? So I might need to kind of like really pull my leg out, or pull my leg in, or really pull my leg up. So focus on the direction that feels the heaviest or the harder, and then see if I can try and relax a little bit more into it. So encouraging a better movement in that direction. So going up, coming down, to the right, to the left, and then back to center. 3 more. Up, down, to the right, to the left, back to center. 2 more. Up, down, right, left, center. Last time. Up, down, right, left, center, and relax. So again, a little bit more movement into the hip joint. I'm going to let the hip have a little rest and then go back into the upper body, go back into the shoulder, into the arm. I'm going to reverse the movement to the one that I did before. So I'm going to start with the arms down by the hips, focusing on the right arm only. I'm going to reach the arm out to the side. I'm going to bring it straight ahead in front of me and then bring it down by the hips again. So I'm going to go out to the side, bring it to the front, and then down to the hips again. So stretch it out, bring it in, and ease and down. So reversing the movement that I did earlier, exactly the same as I did going around the other way, playing with the position of the arms, see if I can find a smooth movement that is not creating tension into the neck or into the jaw, that is not creating grinding in the shoulders. So it could be a very little movement. It doesn't really matter. But see if I can keep it loose, or see if I can keep it relaxed. So I'm going to open, I'm going to close, and then return the arm down. Open, close, and return the arm down. 3 more. Open, close, and return to left. Open, close, and return. Last one. Open, close, and relax. So relaxing the shoulder, relaxing the arm. I'm going to try the same thing to the left. So I'm going to stick the left arm out to the side, bring it to the front, and then I'm just going to let it drop down. Then again, out to the side, back to the front, and then drop it down. So easy movement again, trying to keep the elbow straight, bend, turning the palm up, turning the palm forward, just finding the better combination between the top of the arm and the shoulder socket is something that is encouraging a smooth, relaxed movement, nothing that is going pain, nothing that is causing discomfort in the joint. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Last time. And releasing back, relaxing the shoulder, relaxing the arm. It's a little bit more movement into the shoulder joint. I'm going to go back into the hip. This time I'm going to try and focus on a resisted movement. So first the thing I wanted to try and open. So I'm going to tie the band around the legs. If you've got a strap, so if you've got a band that doesn't stretch, don't make it too tight, just keep it a little bit slack so that you can push out into it, so you can feel that tension. If you stretch, I'm going to tie maybe a little bit tighter around the leg as the band stretches out anyway, and then using a knot or a little bow to hold it in place so that it doesn't come undone. I'm going to set the band around the thigh, close to the knee, so the band doesn't start riding up the thigh into the hips. And then shuffling the feet and the knees nice and close together, I'm going to start pulling with one leg at a time. So I'm going to focus on my right leg. I'm going to try and pull out on the right. Then I'm going to relax the right leg, pull out with the left. Then relax the leg, and then I'm going to pull out with both. Then relax back. I'm going to go right. I'm going to pull left. And then I'm going to pull with both. So one side, the other, and then both together. And then same as usual, if I know that one leg doesn't respond very well, both legs don't respond very well to the tension, to the movement, I'm just going to try and direct them, guide them using my hands. So I'm going to try and guide the right leg out with my right hand, pushing it that way. And then I might need to guide it back in again as well. And then with the left, I'm going to try and push out. And then maybe guiding back in again. Then both together. And then coming back. So putting just a little bit more tension, establishing a little bit of a better connection into the hip joint, working single first, so focusing on the right, focusing on the left, and then both legs working in sync, working together. And then releasing back. 3 more times. So one side, the other, and then both together. One side, the other, and both together. Last time, one side, the other, and both together, and release. Relaxing the legs, releasing the hips. I'm going to undo the band, push it to one side, And then reversing the effort. This time, instead of trying to open against the resistance, I'm going to try and close against the resistance. So I'm going to grab a hold of my pillow, towel, ball, whatever I've got, and then I'm going to put it between the inner thighs, between the knees. Same as usual, if I'm seated, I can even use, a clenched fist. So I'm just going to put the fist between the legs, and then I'm just going to push against the hands. So it's just to give you a little focus, to something to squeeze into. And then exactly the same as I did for the pull, I'm going to go for the push. So I'm going to try and push in with the right leg, relax, push in with the left, relax, and then I'm going to try and squeeze with both and relax. So I'm going to go right leg and relax, left leg and relax, both together and relax. So exactly the same as you did for the opposite, just focusing the intention on one side at the time, and then both together. If I feel that, again, I'm struggling to get the connection, I can't control that leg, I'm just going to use my hand to help. So I'm going to try and push in, relax the back out. Push in the other way, relax back out, and then I'm going to try and push in with both and relax back out again. So gentle tension at the front of the belly, giving the middle a little bit of a support. Single, single, and a double squeeze. 2 more times. Single, single, and a double squeeze. Last time. Single, single, and a double squeeze. And releasing back. Easing the tension of the ball, pushing the ball, pushing the pillow to the side, giving the inner thigh just a little tap, just a little rub, making sure that the leg feels okay. It doesn't feel as if it's going to stiffen up. It doesn't feel as if it's going to cramp up. And then trying to get just a little bit more connection into the back of the leg, so through the glutes. So if I'm seated, I'm just going to bring the feet just a little bit closer to the chair, and then coming forward over the legs, I'm just going to try and push up as if I was trying to stand off the chair. So I'm going to try and lift my bum off the chair, and then I'm just going to ease my way back down. If I'm lying down, I'm going to push my way up into bridge. So pushing down with the soles of the feet, I'm going to drive my hips up and towards the ceiling. And then I'm going to come down again. 5. 4. 3. 2. 1. And releasing back, giving the legs a little walk, making sure that the back of the leg doesn't feel too stiff, doesn't feel too tight. If you're lying down, when you're ready, rolling over onto your side, and in your own time, pushing yourself up into sitting. Finding your comfortable seated position, leaning against the wall, against the sofa, something that is steady, that is going to offer a good support. Finding a comfortable position for the legs, using the arms as a support. If you need to, same as we did at the beginning, see if I can try and find a space at the front. So instead of compressing on the belly, squashing the diaphragm, see if I can give it space. So I'm going to try and lift myself up and then pushing the chest forward. I'm going to lift up, looking forward, looking up, looking back, to see if I can really lift and open the front of the body. Then I'm going to release and then reverse. So coming forward, round in the back, rolling my way down. And then coming back up again, extending up. See if I can try and create more space. So dropping the shoulders down, lifting the chest, the front of the throat to the chin. And coming down, dropping forward, round in the back, rolling as much as I can. Last time, extending up, lifting up as much as I can, looking forward, looking up, looking back. And then releasing, coming forward. One hand to the belly, one hand to the back. Take your bow. Give yourself a clap for that.